Guys, quick thoughts on the Ghana Premier League. Hearts of Oak, we finally back to winning ways.
Yeah, man, that was a very, very important win. They needed to win that.
Yeah.
And the manner, if the people at BBN, they like their football.
Of course.
Goodness me, the manner in which they support their team is very
impressive.
Impressive, to be honest with you. And the football too from the team looks very, very good. I believe at that venue, they can take on any team in the Premiership. I watched when Kotoko went there. In fact, they should have beaten Kotoko. Although Kotoko won that game 1-0, but the begging chances that they missed, they should have at least gotten something from that game. Very similar to the one we saw against Hearts of Oak. They should have at least gotten something from it. But credit must be given to Barnier. The composure with which he went past the two defenders and the intelligence of faking as if he was going to cross the ball and then laying the ball back for the right. He's a centre back, but who's been played at right back at the moment. Look, the confidence. No,
are you talking about the Hearts of Oak?
Goal scorer.
Oh,
the technique with which he struck the ball.
Yeah,
no goalkeeper is stopping that, and I think this is what you want to see. This is what the Phobian is all about. It's rather unfortunate, like the actions or inactions of people like Odote and then Alajia Kambi is completely brought the house into chaos. But on the footballing side, I think whatever the problem is, the players should just concentrate on their game. The head coach should be allowed to do his job so that they will do their job. Everybody, I mean, the organogram regarding the job description should be clear for everybody. Nobody should be seen to be trespassing into an area that he or she doesn't belong to. Get the football to be played by the coaches and the players, and that's it. On the part of Kwanzaa Asante Kotoko, Charlie, it keeps getting better, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's getting better. And for me, Ash Code, they have to be very careful. If they don't put their house in order, you see, some time ago they were relegated in our league, and because of them, some form of adjustment was done to the numbers, just to keep them in the. This time, no adjustment will be made. The earlier they put their house in order, the better it will be for them, because we are told from very reliable sources that even within the support base, there are division there.
Right.
Within the playing body, there are division there. One moment is this coach, the next moment he's gone, another coach is in charge. How do you run a football club like that? This is not what, is it champion? The one who bought the team? He's still in charge?
Yeah, he's still the owner. And his son runs the team.
Come on, man. Look, these are very experienced people who...
Businessmen, successful businessmen.
Yes, man. We expect them to treat their football team just like they would treat any other business.
Yeah.
But that is not what we are seeing with Ash Code. And for me, it's a bit very sad, because this is one of the very, very important team in this country. If you look at the sort of sponsorship packages that come to them and what they are expected to do, the quality of football that we've come to be used to when it comes to Ash Code, that's not what we are seeing this season. And I looked at the league table. I don't know whether we have it. I was going to put it there. I looked at the league table. It's like they are just a point ahead of the relegation zone.
Yeah.
What are they doing there? It's because there's no unity. There's no unity in management. There's no unity in playing body. There's no unity among the coaching staff. And above all, there's no unity within the support base.
Yeah.
I don't know how worse it can get. But the earlier they put their house in order, the better it will be for them. And like I said, this league is going to be very, very competitive. It is looking like Kotoko seems to be running away with. I don't know what the point gap is. Is it 3 or 4 now?
No, it's 3 points now.
They have a game in hand with Hearts of Oak. Oh my goodness, that is a must-win game for the Phobians. Because should Hearts fail to win that, I think if Kotoko take a 6-point lead, look, I know them, we all know them, when they are in the lead at this stage of the league, it becomes extremely difficult
for anyone to overtake them. You mentioned Ashanti-Go. At the moment, actually, Ashanti-Go have 12 points in 15th position, which is just outside the relegation zone.
And that is not...
And the relegation places are occupied by 11 Wonders, Wafa, and Elmina Sharks. And guess what? 11 Wonders and Wildfire also have 12 points.
There you go. So it's more like they are in the battle.
Yeah, they're neck deep in the battle.
Yes, because come on, man.
Yeah.
Look, the people at Ashcode, Champion and his son. Look, yes, you bought the thing, but if your son is not a footballing person, if you won't get a time to run this thing on a daily basis, get a proper CEO,
football person,
proper football person who understands football, and get him to run. It is not. Yes, you own it. But I don't believe it's it should be tagged or seen as a family inheritance, whether you've got the idea to run it or not, because it's yours, your son should go and run it.
Daniel, any thoughts on the Ghana Premier League?
Yeah, look, Coach has said it all. It was a must-win game for Hearts of Oak. In as much as there are teams in between themselves and Kotoko, we know that by virtue of the quality that both teams have, they are more or less in the running for the Ghana Premier League title. Hearts will always have their eye on Kotoko, whether Kotoko is at the top of the table or not, because we know that both teams will, at the end of the day, will occupy those top two spots in the league. So it was always very important for them to win, especially after failing to win. That was New Year's Day at home in a game they should have won. Especially if you watch the games before then, it looked like they were slowly beginning to build momentum, and then they went back to that slow start that they had, drop points at home. So, of course, going away to BBNE, and Coach has said it's a very difficult place to go to and get all 3 points. And the manner in which they got it, the fact that they got the goal, were able to grind things out, it just shows that championship mentality is still around and is still in their heads. And as Coach has said, from now to that, I think it's February 22 game against Kotoko, they need to get 3 points after 3 points. They cannot afford to slip up, because it's such an important game. You want to be as close to them as possible leading into that game, so that if you're able to get the 3 points, for all you know, Hearts could easily overtake Kotoko by the time.
Because at the moment, the gap between Kotoko and Hearts of Oak is 9 points.
Yes, of course. That is why that game is a must-win game.
Yes, and that is quite huge. That's what you're saying. So if they don't win as much,
how many games in hand do they
have? Hearts of Oak have played 10 matches. Kotoko have played 11.
So just one.
So there's just one game.
Yeah.
So it's a must-win game. If you don't win it, there's a 12-point gap or minimum of 10-point gap. I don't see how you can overtake
that. All right, interesting. Okay, so anyway, that's the lowdown on the Ghana Premier League. If you're still watching, be interested in your thoughts. But Kotoko's Cameroonian strikers, I mean, the 9% of the team must be very impressed with that, because Mbella and Tuga, they're just scoring for fun. And, you know, when they signed them, a lot of people didn't seem to think that it was a good idea. You know, and nobody had watched them really in Cameroon coming here, but they've come in, they've taken the league by storm, and it's almost easy. That's another hat-trick for another Cameroonian in the league, and it's almost like they're the only people scoring the hat-tricks. It's incredible what they're doing at Kumasi and Kotoko. So well done to anybody involved in bringing these international stars into the league. It's very important, and that really encourages competition. Hopefully Hearts of Oak will go on and try to do something better. We lift the game. The more you compete against each other, the better everyone is, and the better the league becomes.